away, wouldn't you? Good morning, folks. Blues Farming Life is back again today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. But first, please do not forget to like, comment or subscribe to my channel. It helps improve my reach to other people. That is fantastic, thank you very much. And feel free to follow my Instagram. It should be in the link down in the description. Today is another terribly wet day. However, we now do have cattle in the reed. I don't know if you can hear the wee tractor going, but Feather's got it and he is feeding the reed right now. So with a 135 on the old bump spreader. It's awfully dark. There's some of the slats we were replacing. And both sides of here. So that's the first two loads that Feather's now fed to the reed. We've got these young stock here that were separated this morning. And they're going up the road to that shed that we separated some young stock out of earlier this week. You would have seen it in one of my last videos if you're a regular watcher. That's why. Don't forget to hit that notification button too, because then you'll not miss anything. There's always something going on here. So, I see a lot of comments asking sometimes where the hell this dog is. Maggie. She managed to get her ear in my mouth there. So sometimes I am not able to have the dog with me because I am just too busy to have her with me, or it's just not one of the days that it is going to be handy having a wee puppy around, because sometimes, as most people will know, puppies aren't the most obedient little things as they would like to be, especially with this thing being a Jack Russell. You know, just don't want her getting in the way and getting hurt, especially when we're moving cattle. So I can't help not having her around sometimes. So that is one of the things. And there was quite a few questions about the slats and the video I put up about replacing the slats, as I would have thought. So what happened with the slats? So some of the questions were, how do you know when they're broken and when to replace them? Basically, if they're cracked on the top and broken away and their feet can slip through, that's one of the giveaway signs that they're kind of getting beyond it. That's one of the giveaway signs that they're beyond it, and we just have to replace them when they're like that, because they don't want their cattle's feet going down through it. So the first step's the visually checking them, just to see if they're okay for young stock to go in, because we really don't want to hurt them. Then the next step is we kind of stamp on them, jump on them, so there's nothing scientific about that. You jump on them and you feel if they're vibrating, you know. Loose ones are broken underneath, they vibrate a fair bit, you know, so that's what we do with that. Just get a wee stamp, that's something that Dad was showing me this year, you know. So you just give them a wee stamp, and if they do move too much, just get them ripped out. And right enough, anytime we've done that and we're ripping them out of the digger, as you would have seen in that video, you would have seen that the wires and everything, when we lifted them out, it just crumbled. So it was as well out, rather than causing problems through the winter, then having to do it then, because that's definitely something that would have happened. Then there was folk asking how old the slats were. Those ones are, Dad thought they were around 50-year-old or thereabouts, so they're a fair age. And the ones we've got now, they've never really been used before. I think they were just pulled out of a shed that got built and never got used. So we're getting them off somebody we know, and but they're too long, so just having to cut the ends off them a wee bit. So that's, you would have seen the still saw going cutting bits. So just had to be done to get them fitting. Just fine tuning. So some fine tuning for getting those slats in, because they were slightly different from the old style. And oh, people asking why certain stock are on the slats and others aren't. So helps if you pull the lever the right way to hitch up the trailer. Clicked in, pressure off. I'll sort the brake pipes and lights after. Maggie's chewing a towel. So another question was asking why some I've completely messed that up there. Some questions were asking why some stock go on the slats and some stock don't. So young stock generally go on the slats, and older stock get the straw bedded courts. And it's just, slats are actually quite good at raising young stock because they're always kept clean, they're always kept dry, and it's less bedding for us, and then we get used to the slurry, and then it's just less bedding really, but they do really well off them. But as they get heavier, they're better not on the slats because it is heavier on the concrete. So as they get older, they get moved on to the straw, and then the straw takes good care of them. So that's basically what we do, or what I've been told that the reasons are for what we do when I was younger. Anyway, so back to the action. I'm about to reverse this float. I think you can just see it in the video there. Into this shed here to load up those young calves standing at the road end and take them up the road. Yeah. Just more awkward manoeuvring. Pull out onto the main road. And then reverse in. It's never a simple reversing. It's never simple manoeuvres. Which makes you better at driving. You're not a steering wheel attendant. I think that's pretty much bang on. Yeah. Wee gap there, and the other side should be pretty close to the wall, which means the gate will be against the wall for loading up. Perfecto. Maggie's still chewing her towel. Stop it! Maggie! No, you're eating shit. See, now she needs to wait here because I'm going to go load the cattle up onto the trailer. You would just be in the way, wouldn't you? Aye, that's it. Stay. Yeah, that should be just about right. A bit too much at an angle. Soon find out when I drop the door. I love this camera. You can stick it anywhere that's got metal. So now that this is all jammed in here, just need a gate for there. This has always been set up as a loading bay, so There's two gates here, so I'll just tie this gate to here. That'll keep the straw lot in when they're in. And then we use this gate as a gate to shove against them as they're climbing onto the trailer. That just helps encourage them and give them a wee shunt along, because, well, they're cattle, they're stubborn, as most folk know. The dry cows and these heifers are all wanting fed now. However, they'll just have to wait. They hadn't read up their food this morning, so they didn't get fed this morning. But now they've read it up, I just need to scrape away the wee balls of stuff they haven't eaten, and then I can get feeding them. But first we need to load up these cattle, these calves, and then take them up the road. So, got to get all these buggers out of the way first. We were having problems with them standing in the cubicles because they're heifers and they haven't learnt to stand in the cubicles. They decided just to lie in their feed passages and just anywhere that wasn't the cubicles. So we were shutting a gate in behind the ones that were being awkward and leaving them there for a while till they learn. Not sure on everyone else's tips and tricks on all this, but that's what we've been doing. Come on. Come on, calves. Come on, in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, in. Up. Come on. Sorry, I never got an awful lot of loading them up there. Silly me, forgot to wear my thing that I can attach the camera onto my chest. So that meant I couldn't really film them going on to the float. So apologies. I tried to get as much as I could, but then I needed two hands, so I just had to put it away. So, sorry. So I've got them on now, take them up the road to their next pen. So, hey, shifting about. Maggie keeps yawning, I don't know if you can hear her or not, but hey, wee pop. So actually in my last few videos, there was a video I put up when I was moving cattle along the road. There's quite a few comments saying that I should be making more videos like that show more of my family working with me, this, that and the next. I will try to do that if I can. However, we're not always working together. I'll generally work with my dad. My sister just does the calf rearing and helps out here there, and then she does sheep work with my grandpa, and then, well, dad's on farm with me most of the time. Mum's on farm as well, but she does quite a lot of the paperwork, so she's pretty stout, which helps everything tick along smoothly. But I will try and get them in more. Mum's very camera shy, so I think she'll be shocked that she was in that video. Father, it's more a case of me not bringing it out and just shoving it in his face. So I don't think he'd appreciate that too much. But, oh well, what can you do? Great, what's this? I'm not going to be able to get in here. Oh no! Somebody's getting their septic tank soaked out, so I'll need to wait on them moving. Unfortunately. Maggie doesn't like people. Do you? Oh, she doesn't mind people, but when she sees them in the tractor, she gets all defensive. Hey, what do you think you're doing, dog? Well, that took a bit of manoeuvring from them and us, because I had to pull into the driveway to let cars past, and then I had to reverse my way out again to let them out to go the way they're meant to be going. Not ideal, just had to be done, but on. On. Shh. On. On. Well, that went easier than expected. Usually they're buggers to get off. Stay there. So that's a pen bedded. You just roll it out, and these guys will do the rest of the work once they're finished. They'll go all happy and start dancing all over it. That'll do them. So, get down the road, give that a wee wash out, and then see what the rest of the day's to bring. Aye, other questions that needed answered. Folk asking if there's a slurry ban here. No, we don't have a slurry ban here in Scotland. We are not in an NVZ. NVZ is a nitrogen vulnerable zone. However, we still need to be very careful. You don't want to be spreading if there's going to be a lot of rain. It's just, don't be silly and we won't get done by SEPA, you know. We want to make the best use out of it all, but we also want to get the tower down before winter, which we will. We'll manage, and there should be no leakage. No, there will be no leakage, there'll be no problems. We do this every year and it's never been a problem. As long as the ground's dry enough to get on, we're generally safe enough, but just check the weather and make sure it's not going to absolutely piss it down and cause runoff, which then could potentially end up in the burn, which then leads to the river, which then leads to problems. Nah, no slurry ban here. Quite good that way. We have spread 2 fields so far, but we've not had a chance to spread the next couple due to a couple of things, just weather and busy with other things, slats. Anyway guys, thank you all for watching. The time slots for making my videos are getting shorter and shorter because winter is coming, as I've said before. It is getting ridiculously dark far too quick. It's just horrible. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was just a wee one about what's going on in the farm. Just what's my daily life at the moment, I suppose, and yeah, answering your questions as well. So Q&A and my daily Q&A and some just regular farm work. So thanks for watching, we'll see you all next time. My name is Drew and this is Drew's Farming Life.